Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season. Hey, Dave.
Thanks very much. Now, guys.
As is always the best case. David, thank you. Here are the five for the Clippers. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Plumlee out there with Batum, and it's Westbrook in at the point. One for the Spurs. Sharing the wing spots, it's Vassell and Johnson. Then it's Collins, then it's Jones. And it's Sohan in at the power forwards position. And you think about all the anticipation over the last couple months. Doris, the regular season is finally here. It is upon us.
Amen, Kevin. We have been waiting so anxiously for NBA tip-off. Obviously, you're always looking to see the movement of personnel. How well do guys who've switched organizations fit in with their respective rosters? Is somebody now a title contender? So many anxious front offices hoping they made the right decisions.
Now, here's Collins. Driving to the basket, and it's sent back by Plumlee.
Well, it can't get worse than this. 0 for 4 to start.
Johnson against Leonard. Sinks that one from the post.
But Kawhi Leonard's strength through contact, one of the real problems you've got to deal with as a defender.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now here's Jones. Over Westbrook. Jones, no luck.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And since 1999, the Clippers and Lakers have shared their downtown LA arena. The only NBA teams to split a venue, but that's going to change soon.
So out of the gates, 3 for 3, exactly what they're looking for.
Jones looking for an opening. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. The Clippers broke ground on their new arena, set to open in Inglewood in 2024. I've seen the footprint. You fly right into LAX, and you see it every time. It's going to be beautiful.
And that'll be huge for the Clips. They're trying to create their own identity in Southern California. Having a venue just for the Clippers will help.
Now here's Westbrook. Outside, George. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Westbrook with the block.
Wow, Russell Westbrook, when he's engaged defensively, he can send it back.
Paul George with the steal. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Leonard against Johnson. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. While we have a chance, let's now take a look at the teams that top the league in shooting from beyond the arc. The Clippers third.
Last year, they were so good at generating open looks from distance. That's why their three-point shooting was so high.
A different look now for San Antonio. Bassey's checked in. And Devontae Graham subbed in for Jones. Johnson, the pass to Vassell. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Clippers leading by 4. Outside for George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, in spite of the critics and the injuries, Paul George continues to produce one of the league's truly elite players.
And you mentioned the injuries for Paul George. Let's see, G8, the broken leg, shoulder surgeries, last season a torn elbow ligament.
And I'm sure there are a few others, Kevin. But give him credit. To battle through and maintain his greatness tells you something about his competitive will.
Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. On the wing, George. The shot misses. And the Spurs going the other way now. Graham in the corner. And there's the defensive 3-second call. It ended in the bubble, but how about the Spurs playoff streak? 22 consecutive seasons, Greg, coming to an end.
Kevin, making it every year from 1998 to 2019, winning 5 titles over that span, and having the same head coach certainly helped that streak. So did having a couple Hall of Fame.
Mann's checked in for the Clippers. 4 on the shot clock. The Spurs need to get a shot off here.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Highland. Graham defending. Basket good.
Really good job by Covington to get good position and finish.
Spurs trail by 5. To the right side. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter of the game.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Spurs have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight, and the first one drops. For the Clippers organization, GA, what do you think the goal is?
Well, it's clear to me, Kevin, get to the NBA Finals. The Clippers have never made it there, and I think a trip to the Finals is within reach of this group. They just need to stay healthy.
Passes it to Mann. 29 seconds left in the first quarter. Covington passes to Mann. From deep. Bassi pulls it in. Sweet little floater.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
To the wing right side. Highland passes to Zubac. Here's Highland. Good if it goes. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers lead by 1. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Sharing the wing spots, it's Vassell and Johnson. Then it's Jones. Then it's Collins. And it's Sohan in at the 4 spot. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Now here's Westbrook. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. The shot's good from Plumlee.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. They trail by 3, and this matchup with Los Angeles, hard to believe, just the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season schedule.
And they lost the season series against this squad last year, so trying to bounce back.
here tonight.
Greg, you look at a player putting up big numbers on a losing team. How do you determine if those are quality numbers, so to speak?
You know, Kevin, it's a great question because somebody's going to put up points or collect rebounds or get assists. So, you know, you look at efficiency, you look at effort, and there's no doubt that you can have winning players on losing teams.
Now here's Leonard. Pass to Batum. Right side, Leonard. A rebound by the Spurs. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. A nice shot by Sohan.
You know, he could have looked to score that himself, but in this particular instance, the advantage is playing inside out.
Batum passes to Mann. And there's the foul. It'll go on Terrence Mann. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Paul George is checked in for Terrence Mann. Greg, Devin Vassell came in as a 3-and-D type player, but he's grown beyond that.
He has added secondary ways to contribute on offense. Still not a great shot creator, but can finish plays in a variety of ways to help his team.
The Clippers in the lead. Leonard inside, covered by Vassell.
There's just so much force that Kawhi plays with. It is what allows him to rise up and put it down with authority.
Here's Sohan. Out to the right wing from downtown. Buries it from three-point range. Vassell's got it all tied up now for the Spurs.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. Now, for 22 straight years, San Antonio made the playoffs. But they haven't made the last 3 postseasons. And former Spur Robert Horry worries if they'll ever be relevant again, saying, I hate to say that. San Antonio is a small market. Guys just aren't going to go there. And that's a dire prediction for such a storied and successful franchise, Kevin.
Wow, no kidding, David. All right, thank you. Now, here's Leonard. He has 6. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And now, the first timeout called here for the Spurs. Summer of 2014, Doris, Paul George suffering a leg injury playing for the national team.
Kevin, I remember that injury like it was yesterday. There were many, including me, who wondered whether Paul George could ever be the same guy. And amazingly, he puts in all the necessary work and I think has come back better. That is a huge credit to his work ethic and his grit.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Now off the inbound. That shot, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. They host the Kings after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's George, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Paul George, one of those players the media appreciates because he doesn't give you pat answers. When you ask him a question, he is thoughtful and is honest.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And he goes in for the dunk.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Powell with the steal. George looking around. Makes it off the glass. Now it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
with the ball. George picks him up. And it's Graham missing.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now, here's George. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Misses the layup. The Spurs have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Out to the wing. Here's Graham, and it's sent back by George.
Boy, Paul George making his presence felt on the defensive end. The length comes into play right there.
And then George with the jam.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Clippers ahead. They're up by 9. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 steal. And he wasn't himself in that. And it's just about...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. It's been one outstanding game from George.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but, boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. And small and power forwards, Leonard and Batum. Paul George is out there with Russell Westbrook, and it's Plumlee in at the 5 spot. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. A free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And with the 15th pick in the 2011 draft, Kawhi Leonard wasn't highly touted coming out of high school or college.
Listen, even in the pros, recognition took a while. How about this? He won Finals MVP and Defensive Player of the Year before he ever made an All-Star team. Now, one of the 75 greatest.
Here's Jones. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
The Spurs have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Los Angeles leading by 8. Westbrook kicks to George. The shot comes out. Collins with some nice D. Jones against Westbrook, and it's sent back by Plumlee. Leonard looking around. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. There's the pass to Sohan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They get Russell Westbrook. San Antonio shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight, and he makes the first. Mann's checked in for the Clippers. He's off on the second.
What's interesting to me is when somebody takes a buyout, that typically means they're close to done. That is not the case with Nick Batum. He got bought out of Charlotte in 2020, and he's still a very good basketball player.
Westbrook finds Leonard. 6 to shoot. Vassell grabs the board.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
Talking about Batum, that buyout door seemed to really rejuvenate him.
It's exactly right, Kevin. He moves to L.A., and we know everyone loves playing in that city. all of Batum's numbers went way up, and you have to wonder, maybe that buyout refocused Nick.
You know, Doris, there's some pretty cool stories, aren't there, about Kawhi Leonard and what he has done in the community?
There really are, Kevin. I think about it. When he wins the Defensive Player of the Year award, that comes with a car. And instead of using it for his own personal use, he donated that to a children's welfare charity. This is the same guy who gave 1 million backpacks to kids in need in Los Angeles. Just a few of the things he does for his community.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
Pass to Vassell. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And that one drops. Vassell's got his second bucket tonight.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Johnson against Leonard. Collins with some nice D. Spurs trail by 6. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Vassell. It doesn't go for him. And the Clippers will come the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Leonard against Johnson. Leonard inside. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
To the wing on the left. Pass to Sohan. Spurs working the ball around now. Johnson's shot is off.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Leonard. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Jones. That shot off. Good D by Westbrook. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 10-point lead. Jones, the pass to Collins. Buries it down low. Collins has got 4 points this quarter.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
Los Angeles leading by 8. Pass to Man. To the paint. Here's Covington. San Antonio with the rebound. 1:03 left to play here in the third. Now the pass to Bates Diop. Pass to Graham. Puts up a 3. Powell pulls it in. The Clippers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Passes it to Man. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Zubac, that's good. Zubac has got his first basket of the night.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Powell, the pass to Man. Inside, here's Covington. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Covington's got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Clippers lead by 12. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Kelvin Johnson is out there with Devin Vassell. Then there's Devontae Graham. Then it's Jones. And it's Collins in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the San Antonio 5. Vassell hits them both. Clippers leading by 10. Right side, George. And no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Here's Vassell. Great that time from Leonard.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
George double teamed. Westbrook finds George. Just 5 on the clock. Banked in off the glass.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
To the inside, here's Collins, and that comes off the assist by Jones.
Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
Westbrook passes to Leonard. Dishes it to Batum. Count it.
But you see Batum's experience on display right there. Not only draws the foul, but makes the shot and will go to the free throw line.
And the Clippers making a change here. Plumlee's checked in. Westbrook against Jones. He kicks it to Collins. And he gets it to go. Collins has got 4 points this quarter.
I really like the way he's playing in this half. He looks so much more aggressive and confident.
Outside, George. Batum passes to George. Back to Batum. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the Clippers lead by 12.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Jones against Westbrook. Pass to Vassell. All alone. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Johnson against Leonard. Going inside. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
San Antonio calls timeout.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. He told his guys, that team is not going to give it to us. We have to take it. That means staying aggressive and playing with no fear. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Johnson right side. Leonard with the steal. Knocked loose. Collins with it. Now guarded by Plumlee. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Oh, boy, looks like he was injured there.
And, boy, this really doesn't look good. Just the way it happened.
Boy, it's got to be so frustrating for him. As hard as he has worked, doing everything he can to help his team, just heartbreaking.
Zubac is checked in for Mason Plumlee. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Outside, George. The pass to Zubac. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Clippers.
They're still slashing and attacking the rim, and the defense yet to make the adjustment and keep the ball in front.
Also, they've been living in the lane. They're getting the ball in close, and it's had a devastating impact all game long.
Now, here's Vassell, defended by George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And even with the ratings going strong, the younger generations often cord-cutting. How does the NBA engage that audience?
Kevin, I think making game action trend on social media and when big moments happen for maybe a small fee, allow people to be a part of it. It's like highlights, but live.
Now, here's George. Not a lot of room. Zubac trying to break loose. And it's George missing. Spurs trail by 13. Here's Jones. Here's Collins. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Collins has got 6 here in this quarter.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Clippers.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kawhi Leonard.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
McDermott's checked in for San Antonio. Devontae Graham comes in for Jones. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Collins.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of them.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And the basket by Vassell.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Outside Leonard. On the wing, Gordon. And the 3 ball is good.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Here's Graham, and the rejection by Zubac. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Russell, congrats.
All right, David, thank you. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season.